Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Salisbury Composite High School. My name is Kevin Husky. I'm one of the mechanics teachers here at Salisbury. And we're just going to start a brief PowerPoint to give you a little bit of an outline of what we do. So mechanics is designed to provide you with an opportunity to develop safe work habits and the practical skills needed to work in the automotive industry today. And whether you're planning a career in the industry or just simply want to be an informed owner-operator, mechanics is a really good opportunity for our students here at Salisbury. Okay, we typically start at the grade 10 level, and students here will work on primarily introductory modules such as basic tools and materials, engine fundamentals, an introduction to vehicle service and care, a little bit on electrical, ride and control systems, brakes, and different forms of mechanical systems. That's kind of the introductory stuff in the grade 10 level. When they move into the mechanics 20 and 30, what we start there is we start the first year, students have the opportunity to go into the first year automotive service technician training. And basically it's 15 modules in total. They start doing the first 5 or 10, depending if it's a single or double block class. And they work towards finishing the ASA 3400 curriculum. And Mechanics 30 is just a continuation of that. We do have quite an extensive customer service component where we have vehicles come in from the community and from staff and parents and whatnot. And students do things like brakes, alignments, steering and suspension, do a lot of tire changeovers. We also have a corporate partnership with Calterra here in Sherwood Park on Chippewa Road, which has turned out to be a very good partnership. And yeah, it's worked out really well. And so we've had lots of students go out and work at Calterra and getting some practical experience. Okay, and I'm available to answer any questions. Feel free to fire away.
Good evening, Mr. Husky.
Hi.
Do you get a lot of girls in your class?
Not enough, to be honest with you. No, I don't get enough girls. There is, I really encourage the ladies to sign up and take automotives. There's a big demand right now for girls in trades.
Awesome, thank you. And what exactly do you do in this class?
In the 2030, we do, like I said, do a lot of customer work. We bring in vehicles from the community, and we do, like I said, a whole variety of basic maintenance and repair work. And basically, it's the customers, they just pay for the retail price for parts, and we don't charge labor because we're a school.
And if Mr. Husky, if my son and daughter doesn't want to take mechanics as a career, is it okay for them to enroll in this class for interest's sake?
Absolutely, yeah, and I fully understand that not every student is going to go into the trade, and that's totally fine. However, most people are going to be buying used cars, and so learning how to inspect a vehicle and learning how to do basic service work will really help them become a more informed owner-operator. Okay, any other questions? Feel free to contact me here at the school. You can email through at kevin.husky@eips.ca. You'll see the email link pop up on the screen there. Feel free to ask me any questions. If you have any inquiries in terms of service work or any program inquiries, feel free to send me an email.
Mr. Husky, how much is the cost of the course?
I believe the student fees are $90 for a 5-credit course.
Also, Mr. Husky, is it a disadvantage to go into this class with little experience?
Is it a disadvantage? No. That's the whole idea. Is I get a lot of students that aren't familiar with, they hardly know one end of the wrench from the other, and that's why they sign up, is to learn things. So that's good. That's a good thing if they decide to sign up.
Mr. Husky.
Hi.
Sorry if I missed this, but can you summarize what is covered in the 10, 11, and 12 stream?
Okay, so the grade 10 stream is the introductory, the grade 10 stream is an introductory level. and it's designed to get students, to literally introduce them to various aspects of automotives. And if they decide that they enjoy it, they are obviously can select to go into the 2030 level. At the 2030 level, students start the ASA curriculum, which allows them or gives them the opportunity to write the first year automotive apprenticeship exam. And again, not every student wants to do that. That's totally fine. The good thing about the ASA curriculum is that it is 30 level. So students who decide that they enjoy automotives, but they don't want to go into the trade, then they also will leave the course with a minimum of 5 30-level CTS credits, which are needed for graduation. So I've had some grade 11 students finish their 10 30-level CTS credits, and that's left their grade 12 program open so that they can take further academic courses if they choose.
Thank you. And Mr. Husky, how many people are generally in one of your classes?
Typically about 24 students per class. That seems to be about the average.
And is it a full year class? Can you take it the entire year?
If you wanted to, yeah, and it fits into your timetable. Yep, you could. Oh, let's have a question here. So how does taking your program benefit me for post-secondary? I can't read the rest of it. For post-secondary and mechanics. Oh, okay. There's a good question. So the question was, how would this benefit me in post-secondary mechanics? If you decide that you wanted to complete all the ASA 3400s, all 15 of those modules, then that allows you to write the first year ASA exam, and that will put you in advanced standing should you decide to carry on. So I would assume if you're planning on writing the exam, then you are planning on going to NAIT or SAIT or one of the tech schools to continue in automotives, and that'll give you advanced standing. So you'd actually, when you go to NAIT, you'd actually go as a second year. When you do pass the exam, you will get 300 and you get signed up as an apprentice by a company or a business. They will credit you 375 hours towards your first year. Your first year automotives is typically 1,500 hours. The automotive trade or the automotive ticket to become a journeyman automotive service technician is 4 years, and it's 1,500 hours per year. So a total of 6,000 hours of combination of in-class training and in-class training at NAIT or a tech school and on-the-job training.
And Mr. Husky, do you get a lot of girls attending your classroom?
I don't get enough girls. Let's put it that way. They, I really encourage the young ladies to sign up for automotives. Right now there's a huge demand for women in trades. Okay, so I would strongly suggest if you're, if the young ladies are kind of on the fence, I would strongly suggest give it a try.
Mr. Husky, is mechanics an individual-based option, or is there group work involved?
There's both. It tends to be you tend to work in pairs or groups on vehicles that come in. Usually what I'll do is I'll assign a couple of students on, if we put a car on a hoist, you put a sort of a group of 2 students on each corner if you're doing brakes or tires or something. Then that way they can kind of help each other out as well. And there's just sometimes where it's just simply not possible to put a group underneath a vehicle. Usually you just have one student, you sort of single one out and say, okay, come with me, we're going underneath to do this and this and this. So it varies. It just depends what we're doing.
Will students learn how to rebuild an engine?
Will they learn how to do it? No. And the reason I say that is engine rebuilding is sort of becoming it's a very, very expensive hobby now. It used to be, we used to do engine building here about over 20 years ago. When I kind of started in this area, we did a lot of engine building, and it's gotten to the point that engine rebuilding and engine machining costs have gone through the roof, and it's very, very expensive now to rebuild an engine. So we've passed that up a few years ago now.
If my son or daughter does not want to take mechanics as a career, is it okay for them to enroll in for interest's sake?
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, I fully understand that not every student that comes in here is planning on going in the trade, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The good thing about, if you decide you enjoy 10, you want a little bit of a break from the books. You sign up for 20, you start doing your ASAs. The nice thing about the ASA, they're all 30 level credits. And so students need 10 30 level combination of either CTS, fine arts, or second languages credits for graduation requirements. So I've had a lot of students finish up their 10 CTS 30 level credits with me, and then that has freed up them to take other things in grade 12, like if they wanted to take a math 31 or something, or another science, it allows them that flexibility. So yeah, it's kind of a long-winded way of saying, even if you're not planning on being a tradesperson, yeah, absolutely, check it out, try it out.
Do students learn roadside safety?
Roadside safety. That's a good question. That is stuff that we talk about, yes. And at the grade 10 level, we do a couple of scenarios where we say, okay, your tire is flat. You're driving between Banff and Radium where there's no cell service, and what do you do? So we've done that. We put students on the spot like that, where they have to dig out the factory jack from one of the shop cars, and then they have to try and figure out how to use it, and it's quite good actually. So yeah, we do kind of a surprise thing like that for them. I think another question I heard earlier was that are students allowed to work on their own vehicles? And yes, they are, providing they are, things that are relatively, things like if they want to do their own brakes, or they want to do a tire, they want to put a new set of tires on, or if they want to, do some basic service work, that's fine. I've had some students say, well, can I take an engine out of my truck and put a new one in? And it's like, no, we don't do that stuff here. There's too much involved with that. It just depends on the level of complexity, right? If it's very, very complicated and high end, I typically do, or a lot of involvement, and it's going to be in the shop for a long period of time, I typically don't allow those things to happen. There's too many things that can go wrong, and too much, you can damage something. You can, it's sort of the difference between something driving out of here or getting towed out of here on a flat deck. And you start having that happen too many times, and you get a bad reputation. You don't want to do that. So so I definitely allow students to work on their own vehicles for sure. And parents do. We get a lot of parents asking if we can do brakes, and can we do alignment? Oh, my daughter, banged the SUV into a curb. Can you check it out and do an alignment for me? Oh yeah, just let me know. We'll book you in and have a look and see what's going on. So we do lots of that kind of stuff.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Husky, for your presentation. If you have any more further questions for Mr. Husky, you can email him at his email address, kevin.husky@eips.ca, and we'll be starting our next presentation shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.